Good morning.
See how the phone is backwards?
It is backwards. We're doing on the phone today.
I noticed it at the park.
Okay. I see what you're saying. Good morning, Sunday.
Sunday. Monster truck rally. Sunday.
We're showing up. Sunday. Super Sunday. Do you remember those commercials?
Yes.
Or like the Mexican, not the monster truck rally. It was like the Mexican guy on the crazy game show. Okay. Anyways, we're showing up on Sunday morning where probably no one is going to be watching this till later, and that's fine because we're here to prove our point. Consistency in everything we do means we're showing up with integrity, and it's the only way to get results.
I don't want to.
Yeah, we know, but we're also consistently going to keep hiking until you like it. Hey-o! This is how we get results. So can you let us do this? So I got on this little tangent. Tate loves when I do that. Because I saw a post yesterday from a relationship coach, and he said he was calling people out on something, which I was like, oh fuck, I gotta call myself out on. I've gotten better, but I will still do it. When you have that moment where it's like, well, that's it. I've tried everything. I don't know what else to do. I've tried it, and you literally, probably more than likely, literally throw your hands up. And he's like, but the thing is, you haven't tried everything. That's you giving up. That's you not showing up. That's you not wanting to put in the work. And I was like, oh man, that is really true. Again, I think I've gotten better. I'll give myself credit, but I have those moments. And I was just thinking, what happens in that moment for me when I want to do that? And it's just when it feels overwhelming, or sometimes it feels like you keep showing up or you keep doing whatever thing it is you're doing and it's not working. Two things with that is, one, you got to keep doing it. Just like with working out, you can't work out once and expect results. Two, maybe you do need to tweak what you're doing. Maybe that one thing isn't working, but it got you a little bit farther, or, you need to just put in a little bit more time to get to the end. And when things seem scary or painful, or often when you keep putting something out and you're scared you're not going to get it back, it makes you just want to say, no, I'm done. Those are Jackie's, buddy. But for me, I really realized that you haven't tried everything, and there's always a different thing to try. And for myself, I realized usually that thing to try is for me to be softer, let go a little bit more, and try to listen and understand more listening, less of me trying to figure out the other person. And I feel like usually that is my needle mover in that moment. That's just personal for me. Anyways, okay, floor is yours.
Well, I don't think anybody's immune from this. I think everybody has their, I give up moment, or I don't know what else to do moment. It's with everything, with food,
You have to
with working out, with relationships. I think food's a big thing. When people don't see results, they think they've tried everything and they give up. And in the weight room, you don't see instant results.
For 2 weeks and then
you give up. And in your relationship, if you're fighting and it doesn't seem to work, you give up. And what we're saying is you haven't tried everything, because if it's not working, you haven't done what you need to do to make it work. So,
and sometimes
consistency.
Sometimes with the working out, I think is a great metaphor. Is like, if you have ever really been dedicated to make a change, you could go to the gym for 4 weeks every single day. You could do all the diet things, everything. Your pants are still tight. You still feel fat around your, like nothing has changed, nothing. And that is the time when most people give up. But if you're the person that doesn't give up, you have this miracle moment where sometimes it's like day 1 of month 2 and you wake up in the morning and you're like, holy shit, you lost 10 pounds overnight. Like all of a sudden, all your work paid off. It takes a while to show up. That's just how your body works, but that's how everything works. So it's the same in a relationship. It's like, well, she asked me to this. I did it. Unfortunately, a huge problem in relationships is we have a really hard time receiving more than anything. Me and you went through that a lot in the beginning of our relationship. You were like, I want more affection. I want more touch. I want more all this. And I tried to hug you and be like, don't touch me at the same time, because you didn't know how to receive. You knew you wanted it, but you weren't comfortable in that yet. And, it's a slow process and things change. So a lot of times you think you're giving and the person isn't literally doesn't know how to receive what you're giving them. And sometimes it takes you showing up. And that also creates safety and trust. If you can only try something twice for your partner, then the next time you're like, well, I tried. There's zero sense of safety. That could be the problem too. I've said a lot of times in my past relationship, I would have a hard time when he would try for a minute because I was waiting for the other shoe to drop. So I wouldn't even be open to receive, the effort put in. So there's a lot of factors, but at the end of the day, it's up to you if you want to show up consistently.
Yeah, this can take years. I read a book, or I was reading a book, and the gentleman who wrote the book was talking about his time with an elderly couple, and he asked them what was the toughest part of their relationship, and the man, I think, said, well, it was this decade. And it was 10 years of hard work, but they made it. It's the same thing with working out and eating. Like, there's no overnight fix, there's no year fix. And the beauty of working through years and years of problems for solutions, as our little children,
our kids will consistently be chaotic at all times as well.
Their stuff is that, after 10 years, then you can start to see how easy it is to jump back in and how quick you get back in your relationship. A fight lasts 2 seconds, and working out, if you take a week off, it doesn't really hurt you as much as it did back when you first started. So, yeah.
When do you think that you throw up your hands the quickest? Like, what triggers that in you? Like, what moment?
Repeat arguments or things that we've discussed before, where it's like, why haven't we figured the solution out? And it comes back again. And I'm like, we're never going to figure this out. So that's when it's, but
just like everything else, that's the thing. It's like, it just sometimes takes that much time to work out a problem. And I think if you dissect most relationships, you probably just have a handful of the same problem that keeps happening, which is 1, because you're not finding the solution. 2, you're probably both not showing up consistently. And I think more than that, honestly, it's because you don't get the root of the problem. Like, you're kind of arguing about what's here in front of you that seems like it's it, but whenever you dig, it's always something different. So you're kind of trying to find the solution for surface level, which is never going to get it. So like, I mean, I don't know. I would say that's probably one of the main reasons it keeps happening. If you're not going to get it at the root, also like any other issue in life, like, you're not going to really kill it. So that's another thing too. Can you guys give us a second? Thank you so much. So, think about that as well. If you're having a problem being consistent, if you're feeling really frustrated, why isn't this working? Again, I think the 2 things are, look at the problem you're having, and are you actually looking for solutions for the root of that problem? Again, because it's usually much deeper. And if what you're doing is not working, again, more than likely you need to ask the other person, what is it when this happens that I'm not giving you? How do you need me to show up or do this or whatever?
That's a tough
guiding one. Each other. Because again, if you're giving, you think you're giving, that's a lot of times too, well, I'm giving you attention. Or you, like, I get a lot of time and presence is a thing for me. And you'll be like, well, I'm sitting here with you. You think, okay, we're here, but I don't feel your energy is here with me. And so that's a huge problem for me. But you will physically get frustrated. Well, I'm here, literally sitting next to you. So we can go in circles around that forever. Or I could explain, okay, what does it mean for me to have your time? And this is what it looks like to me. And can you give that to me? And again, then can I show up consistently showing her that I can do that? And eventually it's going to diffuse, but you'll go in circles forever unless you're getting to the root.
Yeah. And you have to continue to just do more and show up in consistency, because someone might not feel like they're getting their end met.
Also too, I think we have to understand the other person being in their shit isn't always just because of the relationship. I think we think that too, especially if you've been married for a long time, together for a long time. It's like you start to blame each other for things, and then the other person then, once that starts happening, takes everything personally. So whatever's happening in your job, you got in a fight with your brother, your best friend, whatever, money, and now the other person is just assuming it's them, so you're taking things personally. And again, there's maybe not a consistency for you to want to show up, but like we keep saying, what we've realized, our biggest thing that's helped us through every hard time, you can come in, is when the other person's hard, as we like to say, you love harder. Meaning when their walls are up tall, when they might be pushing you away, turning away, not accepting your love, not allowing for change. Those are the moments when, even though it doesn't seem like it, they're actually screaming for you to love them harder.
Is your son
Yes.
calling you Tracy?
Did you call me Tracy? Before?
All right. I think.
Oh, he needs a hint. Okay, I thought he was asking for an inch.
No, I hit all the. If anybody has these kids with these cats and pickles, please explain to us what they like
we're
about
doing
them.
a treasure hunt right now. We'll give you a
I
hint.
hid
when we're
all of the
done.
cats and pickles, and they want hints.
Thank God.
Upstairs, Val. Upstairs.
Thank God.
Your room.
Anyways,
room.
I want to end on that. That is the most important part of the consistency. When the other person is seemingly pushing you away, when you feel like that person is done, it probably literally is the opposite. They might be struggling so much with themselves that they really don't know what to do. And that is the time, if you can consistently show up and love harder, you'll probably see those results much quicker. Just like in the gym. Can you push through harder on a day that you didn't get any sleep, that you're stressed out, that day that you're like, I just don't want to be here? Those are always the days that you get the result, or you get that pump after where you're like, oh my God, this actually just fixed my day. I feel better. I can't believe I wasn't going to come today.
You start seeing the results and you feel good about it.
Yes. Okay. So treasure hunt.
I gotta go.
commence now.
Yeah, I gotta go do this
I gotta go.
cats versus Schitzels thing that we're doing. Bye, everybody. Happy Sunday.